You get up? Yep.
Mike Tyson punched Jake Paul in the face, and honestly, who didn't see that coming? Jake did something so out of line that even Tyson, who usually stays out of personal drama, had to step in. Tyson isn't one to trash talk or care about your latest hustle, but when you disrespect the sport, that's when his fists start itching. Let's be real, Jake had this punch coming. Whatever he did, it was dumb enough to make even Tyson lose his cool. And honestly, it was completely justified. So the first thing you're probably wondering is, what exactly did Jake do to deserve this? You're probably wondering what in the world Jake Paul did to deserve getting punched by Mike Tyson. Trust me, we'll get to that juicy bit soon enough. But before spilling the tea on Jake's latest blunder, you need to understand the insane amount of effort Tyson is putting into his comeback. Without that context, you won't fully grasp the level of frustration that led to Tyson's fist meeting Jake's face. Here's the deal: Mike Tyson, the living legend whose name alone sends shivers down spines, is gearing up for something that sounds like it was ripped straight from a movie script, stepping back into the ring at 58 years old. And this isn't just some casual stroll down memory lane, it's a full-on, gloves-off showdown with none other than Jake Paul, the YouTuber who decided to try his hand at boxing, and somehow turned the sport on its head. This fight, set for November 15, 2024, is no mere exhibition to entertain the masses. It's a battle of generations, a clash of legacies, and for Tyson, it's personal, really personal. As Joe Rogan said, this one's going to be intense. As the fight date inches closer, the entire boxing world is losing its mind. Just think about it: how could Tyson, who's been enjoying retirement, even consider taking on someone as young and spry as Jake Paul? But Tyson isn't just considering it, he's attacking it like a man possessed. At 58, when most people are complaining about their knees and avoiding stairs, Tyson is defying every rule in the book. His training camp is anything but ordinary. Tyson is pushing himself harder than ever, using state-of-the-art equipment that would make even the top fighters envious. We're talking gloves that aren't just gloves, they're high-tech, custom-made power enhancers, molded to fit his legendary fists like a second skin. These gloves are designed to ensure that when Tyson throws a punch, it lands with the same devastating force it did back in the day, maybe even harder. But that's just the beginning. Tyson is diving into next-level reflex training. Forget the old-school speed bag, he's using gear that practically reads his mind, reacting to his every move in real time. The result? Tyson's reflexes are sharper than ever, making him just as quick and deadly as he
in his knee. That's the big stabilizing ligament on the outside of your knee.
Was in his prime. It's like he's found the fountain of youth and he's sipping on it, while everyone else is left wondering how he's doing it. And let's not even get started on endurance training. At 58, most people are slowing down, maybe picking up golf or something more relaxed. But Tyson? He's pounding away on state-of-the-art treadmills that simulate uphill runs, pushing his heart and lungs to the limit. While most people his age are thinking about retirement, Tyson is focused on how to obliterate his opponent. And then there's Jake Paul. Poor Jake is stepping into the ring with a Tyson who's more ready, more fired up, and more dangerous than anyone could have imagined. This isn't just about Tyson proving he still got it. It's about showing that age is just a number when you've got the heart of a lion. Here's where it gets downright disturbing for anyone who shelled out cash for a ticket to the so-called fight of the century, while Mike Tyson is out there sweating buckets in the gym, giving it everything he's got at 58 years old. Jake Paul has been sweating too, just not in the way you'd expect from someone about to face a legend. Gearing. Up to face a living legend? Nope. Jake Paul seems more interested in sweating it out on the dance floor than in the ring. While Tyson's pounding away in hardcore training sessions, Jake has been spotted living it up in Paris, as if this upcoming bout is just another fancy event on his busy social calendar. On August 14, 2024, Jake Paul was seen at the ultra-exclusive Lark nightclub, enjoying the nightlife instead of preparing for the fight of his life. It's like he's not even taking it seriously. He was mingling with celebrities, sipping cocktails that probably cost more than my monthly rent, and brace yourself, indulging in substances that should be the last thing on the mind of someone about to face a beast like Tyson. On August 17, 2024, images surfaced of Jake Paul at an after-party in Ibiza, where he was caught red-handed, or should I say, drink in hand, with a cocktail in one hand and a cigarette in the other. He was surrounded by a crowd that looked more like extras in a music video than serious athletes. It's clear Jake isn't treating this fight with the gravity it deserves. Jake Paul's entourage had to practically babysit him as he stumbled to his car, barely making it to his seat. It's not just casual fans shaking their heads, boxing legends like Evander Holyfield and promoters like Eddie Hearn are openly expressing their bewilderment. Just listen to what one of the greatest boxers of the century had to say about Tyson. Holyfield, who faced Tyson in some of the most brutal matches in history, was stunned by Jake's behavior. In an interview with ESPN on August 8, 2024, Holyfield said, "When I was getting ready for Tyson, I didn't just train, I lived and breathed boxing 25 hours a day, 8 days a week." Going up against Tyson wasn't just a fight, it was a war. And even then, Tyson was a beast I could barely handle. Jake Paul is playing with fire. Eddie Hearn didn't hold back either. Without hesitation, he told Jake to his face that he's never going to be a champion, not today, not in the future, not ever. It's not just the partying that's raising red flags, it's what it symbolizes. This carefree, borderline reckless attitude is painting a grim picture of what might go down in the ring. Sure, Jake's got youth on his side, but youth won't save you when you're up against a fighter who's been through wars, knows what it takes to survive, and is training like his legacy is on the line. Tyson's discipline is legendary for a reason. It's what made him one of the greatest of all time. Jake Paul's carefree approach is a blaring alarm that he might not fully grasp the reality of what he's about to face. And today I stumbled upon something that made everything click into place. Mike Tyson saw this train wreck coming from a mile away. Seriously, remember how just a month before his highly anticipated clash with Tyson, Jake Paul decided to step into the ring with Mike Perry? That fight on July 20th, 2024, where Jake managed to snag a 6th-round TKO victory, might have given him a false sense of confidence. Tyson knew that wasn't the real test. The real test is what's coming next. On the surface, it seemed like Jake Paul was adding another shiny trophy to his growing collection with the Perry fight. But look closer, and you'll see that this so-called victory came with a price tag that's way too steep, especially with the Tyson fight looming. From the start, the Perry fight was like one of those bad ideas you know you shouldn't follow through with, but do anyway, because, well, who doesn't love a little chaos? Mike Tyson, ever the wise old sage, was crystal clear about his thoughts on Jake's decision. He told Jake to focus on the November 15th showdown, stay in top-notch condition, and avoid any unnecessary risks. His advice was like a golden rule: you don't play games before facing a storm. But Jake, always hungry for the spotlight, decided to roll the dice. He craved the hype, the thrill of another fight, and of course the chance to keep everyone talking about him. So he ignored Tyson's seasoned wisdom. Now it looks like that decision is coming back to haunt him. Fast forward to July 24th, 2024, just days after his fight with Perry, Jake hops on a podcast with Logan Paul and admits he might have underestimated what's ahead. The Perry fight clearly took a toll on Jake Paul. Perry, known for his rugged brawler style, didn't exactly go easy on him. It was a brutal match, with both fighters trading heavy hits right from the start. Sure, Jake pulled off the win, but at what cost? His face told the story: bruises, swelling, and all the lovely souvenirs from Perry's relentless attacks. And let's not forget the internal damage, the kind that doesn't show up in Instagram photos but hits you when you try to get out of bed the next day. Now, Tyson's message is crystal clear: this fight is serious, and if Jake doesn't treat it as such, there will be huge, financially devastating consequences. For a guy whose entire career has been about making opponents pay in the ring, it's only fitting that Tyson would be ready to make Jake Paul pay in the courtroom if necessary. In a world where money often speaks louder than words, Tyson's ultimatum serves as a stark reminder that sometimes the threat of losing everything can be the ultimate wake-up call.